Everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 16 and compare it against the iPhone SE 3rd generation and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, what's crazy is that both these phones are currently still on sale brand new by Apple, so you can go through and basically pick up either one of these phones, which is actually pretty crazy. But I will tell you for the most part, the iPhone 16 is probably one of those phones that's going to be way better than the iPhone SE 3. But you can kind of take your pick. You can see which one is the better one for you. But I probably will tell you there's no reason anybody should be buying the iPhone SE 3. But that's kind of how, I would kind of see it in this case. But if you want to pick up either one of these phones or some phones I would recommend buying this year, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside, the iPhone SE 3rd generation that came out back in 2022, on the front side of this particular phone is basically giving you a 4.7-inch Retina IPS panel on it. And it's an interesting phone. You're basically getting a really big top bezel, really big bottom bezel as well. You're getting the Touch ID sensor here, which is good and everything, but it's definitely not the best panel of all time. I think it's a very, very average type of panel. In fact, I would probably say this is probably one of the worst panels Apple's made in terms of their new lineup of iPhones, because this is a iPhone you can basically buy. It's $429. I really wouldn't recommend anyone to buy this phone though at that price because it's available in the used market for much cheaper. But I don't know, this phone, it just looks like a much older, outdated phone. The iPhone 16, even though this panel isn't even like that, the best thing ever, it's still a significantly better panel than the iPhone SE 3rd generation. So in a phone like this, you're basically getting a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this panel on the iPhone 16 is so much better. I like this phone a lot because of that type of panel. And I think that's a really cool thing going on for this type of phone. It genuinely looks so cool. I love having a phone like this. And I do think it's a really cool asset when you're going through and buying a phone. It's a really cool thing to basically have. You're getting the dynamic island at the very top too, which is really nice. And overall, it's really nice. They're both 60 Hz panels, but like I said, the iPhone 16 significantly better. The only advantage the iPhone, SE 3 has on the outside exterior is the fact that it's slimmer and that it's smaller. With the iPhone SE 3, you can see it's a significantly slimmer phone. It's a smaller phone as well. You're getting your volume buttons. You are getting the action button on the iPhone 16, which is really nice. On the bottom, you can see just how much smaller the iPhone SE 3 is. You're getting a lightning port on the bottom of the iPhone SE 3. We're getting a USB Type-C port on the bottom of the iPhone 16. So that in and of itself, again, is a super nice thing to have. Like I've stated before, I love having USB-C, and you are getting that type of capability on the iPhone 16. On the other side, you're getting your dedicated camera button here on the iPhone 16 as well, which again is so cool. You can basically just use this button to basically just go through and use the camera on it, which is genuinely very, very cool. You have your power buttons here. On the back side, you are getting your dual camera setup on the iPhone 16, which is nice. The iPhone SE 3, you're getting a single camera setup. You're getting a wide and ultra wide camera here, which again is very nice. You can just kind of see how much bigger the iPhone 16's camera is over the SE 3. It's massively different for sure. Getting a standard glass back on the back side of the SE 3. 16 is giving you this frosted glass back. You're getting your MagSafe capability on the iPhone 16. SE 3 doesn't have it. Wireless charging on both as well. So there's definitely really only one advantage of the iPhone SE 3, and that is the size. It's significantly smaller. But the iPhone 16 is not a big phone either. It's just the SE 3 is so much smaller. So some people may prefer this phone. But I think for the most part, you can't really go wrong with the iPhone 16. I think that's a perfect size. SE 3 is, it just looks so outdated when it comes down to it. When it comes down to the software updates, though, that is one advantage of the iPhone 16, another advantage for the iPhone 16. Both these phones are still supported right now. They're both still supported for software for quite a few years, probably. But if we're talking about which phone is going to last the longer one, it's going to be the iPhone 16, without a doubt, once again. So if we're wanting the longer lasting phone here, without a doubt, it's going to be this particular phone. Now, let's go and do a speed comparison between both these devices. The iPhone SE 3 has an Apple A15 bionic chip inside of it with 4 GB of RAM. Where the iPhone 16 has an Apple A18 chip inside of it with 8 GB of RAM. So let's go and see which one's a faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let us get into it. Let me just scoot these phones up a little bit. Let's get into phone calls. 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Music, 3, 2, 1. Okay. That one kind of covers that one up there. App Store, 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Let's go and hop out about these. Let's scroll through here. I think both are going to look pretty good. It looks like the iPhone 16 is less glitchy as the iPhone SE 3 in my personal opinion. Hopping out of both of these, clock 321, about the same thing. Camera 321. Okay, too many pop-ups here, so we'll just kind of hop out of these ones. Photos 321. Okay, iPhone 16 noticeably faster there for sure. So we're going to get into mail 321. Okay, again, the iPhone 16 is a faster one there. Hopping out of those two, settings 321. Okay, about the same thing there too. That's what I'm going to do. Do I only have temporal 2? Wow, that's not good. Let's get into books 321. Okay, iPhone 16 again, slightly faster. iTunes Store 321. Okay, pop-ups on both, so we're going to continue. Okay, so that was kind of about the same thing too. Scrolling through here, let's go scroll back up, kind of the same thing. Hopping out of here, fitness 321. Okay, kind of the same thing. Watch 321. Just like you're noticing that it's just like a little tiny bit faster on the iPhone 16 almost every single time. It's not the biggest difference in the world, but you are noticing it like here and there. Like I keep noticing it, and that's just one thing. And that's just one thing that I just keep noticing. So even small things like hopping out of here, it's not the biggest deal. Tempo run 2, 3, 2, 1. So I will say, in my personal opinion, right, the fact that the iPhone 16 is a little bit faster is already really nice. But the main problem that we're having with the SE3, and this phone is still a very fast phone as you can see, the problem that we have with this phone is clicking this home button to go back home. I feel like that is really limiting the experience and it makes it feel so much slower. But although I will say once you're in the game, once you're in the app, it's really not that big of a difference. Like you're able to tell that it's still a really, really fast phone on the iPhone SE3. But I think clicking this home button and going back home is way more annoying than just, swiping up and using your gestures. So from that side, that kind of covers up the speed of the iPhone SE3 and the iPhone 16s. Now with the actual, camera side on the back side, this is another interesting thing going on. So both are giving you wide and, well, the iPhone 16 is giving you a wide and ultra-wide camera. The iPhone SE3 is just giving you that standard wide-angle lens. 4K at 60 on the back, but the front side of the iPhone SE3 can only do 1080p, where the iPhone 16 can do 4K at 60. So this in and of itself is another pretty big difference, I would kind of say. Now on top of that, the iPhone 16 is also giving you that dedicated camera button. So you can tap onto this camera button right here and actually get access to that, which I think is actually very, very nice. That in and of itself is a super nice thing. Now with the iPhone 16, you're getting 10x zoom here. With the iPhone SE3, I don't even know, you're not even getting a number at the bottom. So that is a pretty big difference there. You're getting portrait mode on here, which is a pretty big difference. You're getting spatial mode, which I think is super, super interesting. I'm probably never going to use it, but it's nice to have. Panorama mode on both. You're also getting cinematic mode inside of the iPhone 16, which is right here. The iPhone SE3 is not giving you any mode like that. So that is somewhat of a disadvantage, I would say, as well. So from that side, I would say the iPhone 16 is already a way better phone. But basically in every single way, the iPhone SE3 is going to be a worse phone, right? Because the iPhone 16 is giving you a better display, better build quality, like better cameras, better performance, better longevity, like better everything. This phone is a better device in every single way. The only way the iPhone SE3 is better is if you're buying one in the used market, like it's a cheaper phone. In the brand new market, it's a cheaper phone too, but it's $429, it's like too expensive. I think it's a good, interesting device. It's definitely not perfect. And I do think if you're going to go through and buy a phone, like, I think this is not a good phone at all. I mean, I'd rather probably recommend buying an iPhone 12 than this phone, in my personal opinion. So I think this phone is fast. That's a big advantage of it. And I think it's a good size, right? Those two things I think are really big. Other than that, I honestly would not recommend anyone to buy this phone. And it makes so much more sense to buy something like this device when it comes down to it. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.